Hi, Kali. Thank you for accepting my invitation for this interview.
It's an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to presenting the ISH webinar on the contemporary approaches to managing trauma with ego state therapy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I know that you're the founding president of the Australian Institute of Clinical Hypnosis and Psychotherapy. You're also the director of the Milton Erickson Institute of Sydney and a board member of the ISH, International Society of Hypnosis, and I had the privilege to work with you on the board of ISH. And thank you for facilitating a workshop for ISH and for the therapists all over the world who are an ISH member or a member of the Constituent Society of the ISH. Now I'm going to ask you to explain a bit about the workshop. What are you going to teach us in the workshop?
I think I've also become the president-elect of Ego State Therapy International. So Professor John and Helen Watkins developed ego state therapy, which is working with parts or aspects of the self in hypnosis usually, and how to access those parts, how to work with those parts, and parts can also develop out of trauma, etc. But we also want to kind of bring into it a lot of the contemporary, the new approaches, the Ericksonian way of doing it, but also a lot of the somatic approaches, the work of Peter Levine and working with ego states and starting with the physiology in the body, but also the work of Stephen Porges and appreciating the polyvagal theory and how states developed in the neurophysiology. So an understanding of states that's based in the neurophysiology, how to access these states and the principles of change in working with states.
Great, great. Yes, I understood that you're going to speak about the neurophysiological understanding or basis of the multidimensional self. And the question is that just something, let me say, theoretical, or it will be a practical workshop and you're going to teach us some techniques?
Yes, I think in the time that we have, if one can have a good theoretical understanding of the principles and then have specific techniques that you can already use, and there's 3 different approaches, more from a hypnosis perspective, but kind of grounded in the physiology and how to approach it in that way. So certain techniques for safety and stabilization and working with some of the states.
Great. And is that just for the therapists who work with traumatized patients, or it has a broader spectrum of let me say, working with more people and more, let me say, patients?
Yeah, it's a great approach with people with complex PTSD, where you get a lot of division of the self, but division of the self also happens in development through life, so it's also appropriate for any therapist to understand the complexity and the multidimensional self. And I think it can be helpful for any therapist, not only trauma therapists.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I invite all the members of the International Society of Hypnosis and all the members of the constituent societies of the International Society of Hypnosis to participate in your workshop and to learn from you. And I know that it will be a great workshop. Is there anything else that you want to say before the ending of this interview?
I'm really looking forward to spending time with everyone and sharing ideas too, because I think there are so many experts that can also make a contribution, and so I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. And for the information of the audience, I should say that the workshop is going to be held on the 16th of November. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the workshop, dear Kali. See you. Thank you.
See you. Thank you, Enayat.